Narayanam namaskrutyam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudhiraye nashtaprayesha bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhakti bhavtinaistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 8 and Text 20. Tamasi apare vidura atmasargam vichinvataha abhu sumaham trinemihi yaha dehabhajam bhayam ईरायणः परीक्षिणोति आयुः अजस्य एतिः तमस्य पारे विदुरात्मसर्गं विचिन्वतो भूत् सुमहां त्रिनेमिः यो देहबाजां वयं ईरायणाः परीक्षिणोत्यायुरजस्य हेतिः तमस्य पारे विदुरात्मसर्गं विचिन्वतो भूसुमहां स्त्रिणेमिः यो देहबाजां वयं ईरायणाः परीक्षिणोत्यायुरजस्य हेतिः. पारे विदुरात्मसर्गं Bhaktas. Tamasya pare, because of an ignorant way of searching. Vidura, O Vidura, Atma Sargam, the cause of his creation, Vichinvataha, while contemplating, Abhu, it so became, Sumahan, very great, Trinemihi, time of 3 dimensions, Yaha, which, Dehabhajam, of the embodied, Bhayam, fearfulness, Irayanaha, generating, Parikṣinoti, diminishing the 100 years, Ayuhu, duration of life, Ajasya, of the self-born, Etihi, the wheel of eternal time. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation: O Vidura, while searching in that way about his existence, Brahma reached his ultimate time, which is the eternal wheel in the hand of Viṣṇu and which generates fear in the mind of the living entity like the fear of death. Please repeat, O Vidura, while searching in that way about his existence, Brahma reached his ultimate time, which is the eternal wheel in the hand of Viṣṇu and which generates fear in the mind of the living entity like the fear of death. Text 21, I will read it by myself. Tato nivrutto pratilabdhakama swadishnyam asadhya punassa devaha shanair jitasvasa nivrutta chitto nashidhad arudha samadhi yogaha. Translation: thereafter, being unable to achieve the desired destination, he retired from such searching and came back again to the top of the lotus. Thus controlling all objectives, he concentrated his mind on the Supreme Lord. Purport: Samadhi involves concentrating the mind upon the Supreme Cause of all, even if one is unaware of whether his actual nature is personal, impersonal or localized. Concentration of the mind on the Supreme is certainly a form of devotional service. To cease from personal sense endeavors and to concentrate on the Supreme Cause is a sign of self-surrender, and when self-surrender is present, that is a sure sign of devotional service. Each and every living entity needs to engage in devotional service to the Lord if he wants to understand the ultimate cause of his existence. The Sanstha Bhaktivedanta Purport. Om Ajnanathimirantasya Nanjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Viṣṇu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Paśyatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are reading from the chapter Manifestation of Brahma from Viṣṇu. Once Brahma was manifested, he started asking the question, who am I? And then he started searching in the lotus and the lotus stem. He could even reach the lake which is in the navel of Viṣṇu, but still he could not understand what is the final point, a final destination. So here we can see Tamasi Apare Vidura Atmasargam. Atmasargam means the cause of his creation. He is trying to understand, who am I, who created me. But Tamasi Apare, but is searching ignorantly. So Vichinvataha Abhu Sumaham Strinemihi. In that way, searching, he reached his ultimate time, which is actually the eternal wheel in the hand of Viṣṇu. So this searching is been made easy nowadays. There are so many search engines that anybody can search. All that is required is some connection to the internet. And then obviously I was looking at, okay, what is the most popular search engine? Obviously it is Google. and trying to understand how many searches happen daily. So of course many figures are there. It is said that in this year 2022, monthly, not monthly, every second 99,000 searches happen on Google. Every second 99,000. So in a day about 8 billion or 8.5 billion searches happen. People are continuously searching. In a day 8 billion, 8.5 billion, big number. Every second almost a lakh. And so the next question is, okay, what are they searching? Every second 1 lakh searches are there. So the next question is, okay, what is the most Googled search? Again, that question I asked Google only. Because most repeated question, of course some seasons the questions vary, but always there is one question that repeats month after month after month. In some seasons it will change. What is that guess? Can you guess what is that question? Very interesting, I was reading. That question is, what is my IP? What is my IP address? Actually in internet, no, every mobile or every gadget will have an address. It's called IP address. So the most popular search which recurs every month after month is, what is my IP address? That is the search. And then I think last year or something, one of the other searches is what to watch next. They want to watch something, so what is next to watch? This is the most trending question on Google, because they could not decide what to watch because there's so much is there. So that is also one. So here of course Brahmaji is an exalted personality, but he is showing the example. Apparently he is also searching tamasi apare. He is searching about his existence. Here also he is searching about his IP address. What is my IP address? What should be the answer? Google should say, foolish fellow, you don't have any IP address. Your mobile has IP address. He should disconnect the person from the mobile. People are so attached to this mobile that they identify with the mobile. And they ask the question, what is my IP? You don't have any IP address. But they have become so absorbed, they don't see any difference between him and the mobile. What is my IP means? Actually, Google should burst the ignorance in the... we are not against Google or any of these search engines. We are not against the technology. But then the technology should not be utilized for enhancing ignorance. Tamasi apare Vidura Atma Sargam. He wants to understand about his own existence. What am I? So we are not against, but the Google should be designed in such a way. It should search in such a way that it will project the truth. It will only project, it will not encourage ignorance. How should it be? If somebody is asking what to see next, it should say Hare Krishna Acharya. 1, 2, 3 years. Then it is very good. Google is very good. Otherwise, tamasi apare vidura atmasargam vichinvataha, while thinking and searching like that, sumaham strinemihi, now the ultimate time is coming closer by. People are also continuously searching. One day they'll also reach their ultimate time. Trinemihi means, nemihi means 3 dimensions. We are existing in 3 dimensions. Krishna exists in Turiya, 4th dimension, but we exist in 3 dimensions, X, Y, Z. And then there is a time also. So the time, Trinemihi, then what is this time? Yo dehabhajam bhayam irayana. And then this time it creates dehabhajam, the embodied living entity, it creates bhayam, fearfulness. Irayana, it generates, everybody fears death, or at least that's what I thought, that people fear death. So again I went back to my friend Google, and then I typed, what is the biggest fear for the people? Because whether really they fear death or something else. So then interestingly they say the 5 most widespread biggest fears in the people are, the first one is called social phobia, the fear of judgment or rejection. Now it is actually a new fear, because during our days we used to hear stage fear as the number 1 fear, right? Standing in front of some people, that's number 1 fear. But then now that is replaced. Now the first one is social phobia. That means after you post something or whatever, you are fearful about rejection, you are fearful about judgment. What will the people judge? Good, bad, or that's the number 1. Then arachnophobia, they fear spiders. Spider is coming, that's all, run away. They fear spider. And then agoraphobia, fear of open or crowded spaces. Crowded, if a lot of crowds are there, fear comes. Then claustrophobia, fear of tight spaces, if the space is less. Then acrophobia, the fear of heights. Very surprisingly, most of the fears are connected to space. Trinemihi, the 3 dimensions, either top dimension, y-axis or x-axis, or tight space means closed environment. And there is no death. There is no fear of death in that number 5 at least. Social phobia is there. Spiders, they fear. But then there is no fear of death. So even in death, fear also is an ignorant fear, what people have. What they are supposed to really fear, that has been explained in Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter. Krishna says, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. These are the only 4 things that we have to fear and then work for solution. And Krishna says to recognize that these 4 are the actual problems of life, that is called knowledge. So Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. And then how do the people handle these 4? Janma, big celebration, grand celebrations. Janma, birthday means, if it is a politician, then whole state will be filled up with banners and posters and all that. That is Janma. Mrityu, now you see there is no fear at all. Biggest fears, they don't even know. Silently Mrityu is coming by. Dehabhajam bhayam, it is most fearful. They have no idea. They just searching and searching what to see next, what is my IP address, where to go next, this and that. This is what it is. There is no jara, old age. India is considered a young country till now. In 25 or 26, 2026, that means in the next 3-4 years, it is flipping into old, because all the young people are now turning into old. After 50 they are considered old, or maybe 45, I don't know. So it is turning into older country, middle-aged and older country. Of course youngsters will still remain. China, what happened, because they have put a condition that only one child per family, suddenly they are realizing that all the population is only old people are there. There are no productive people are there. So now they are saying, okay, now you can have as many children as you want, and in fact some countries are announcing some some incentives. It's all artificially they want to control. Anyway, so janma mrityu jara vyadhi. Vyadhi, how are they handling this vyadhi? By setting up big hospitals, increasing comforts within the hospitals. You have all the technology, TV, this and that. You can still watch your movie, cricket match and this and that, so that you don't feel any pain and you don't realize that trinemihi dehabhajam bhayam iramayaha. It is, nothing is, people are ensuring that there is no pain, there is no fear. It's all very good, but then what is happening is the time is approaching. Parikshinoti, it is day by day our ayu ajasya hetihi. Even Lord Brahma's age is also coming down step by step. 100 years is coming down. This is the most imperceptible force in our lives. What is that? Time. Kala is like silently it will be working. Tap. And then what is it is going to do? Finish. One day suddenly it will come. Finish. All the plans, all comforts, everything it will take away in 1 second. Doesn't even give any notice. In fact, the notice will come in terms of some old age and disease. But if the people don't take cognizance of these notices, they want to forget, divert their attention, make themselves comfortable, this and that. This is what their mood is. The way they handle these problems of life is completely ignorant. Tamasi apare, so much ignorant. So here also, Brahmaji, although is very exalted, he is also showing, but that's not the method to handle the problems of life or to understand oneself. His question is very divine question. Brahmaji's this question, who am I? It's a very intelligent question. Not many people can ask this question. In this world particularly, not many people can ask this question. They will not get this question. They will only say IP address, this and that. In fact, one of the most searched one is, what is the time now? Instead of looking at the watch, they're googling into the, what's the time now? Mostly because they can speak, I think. That's easier. What's the time now? And then it'll show up. Okay, so then what did Brahma do? Searching. Tato nivrutta. He also realized. What is that? Apratilabdha kama. Labdha kama, apratilabdha kama. He could not get his desired destination. Apratilabdha. Labdha means to get, aprati means against. He could not get his kama, his desire is to understand his source, but he could not get that. Aprati labdha, tato nivruttaha. First of all, he stopped his searching. He retired from searching. He retired. Tato nivrutto Then Swadishnyam Asadhya, he went back to his seat, to the top of the lotus. Asadhya, he went back there. Then Punaha Sadeva, he is a Deva, he is a demigod, the first person, living entity. And so what did he do? Shanair Jitaswasa, then he is now without any delay further, because he understood my time is coming close by. Without any delay, Jitashwasha Nivrutta Chittaha, he started controlling his breathing and then controlling his mind, his intelligence. Then Nashida Arudha Samadhi Yogaha, then he sat down and with confidence. Arudha Samadhi Yoga. Any yoga, confidence is required, faith is required. Only faith and belief moves the mountains. This is what the Shastra says. If you believe that yes, it is going to happen, then it will move. So, Nyashidhad Arudha, so with confidence, Samadhi Yoga, he started meditating on the Supreme. So Prabhupada is explaining in the purport, even if somebody doesn't know what is the nature of the Supreme, whether he is a person or imperson or localized, but concentrating the mind on the Supreme Cause, that is considered devotional service. That is considered self-surrender. Why? Because he decided not to focus on some personal sense endeavors. He decided, no, I will not focus on my own personal sense endeavors. And then he sat down and he started concentrating on the Supreme Lord. So this is the best teaching from Brahma. He is showing us endeavors are there, ran here and there, searching for a solution, searching for some happy destination. But then when he failed, apratilabdha kama, when he could not get his desired, the solution or destination, he simply concentrated his mind on Krishna. That's all. Devotees, as devotees, sometimes we'll also endeavor. So many endeavors we make. If things are not working, simply focus on Krishna. Just depend on Krishna. So that's called surrender. Surrender means to exclusively depend on the Lord. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, the surrender is been elaborated. What is surrender? It is good to remind ourselves what is surrender. It has 6 divisions. Surrender means. The first one is, we will accept only those things which are favorable for devotional service. That's all. Only those things. Whatever is favorable, we happily accept. And second thing is, what is unfavorable, we should reject. This includes even thoughts. If some thought is favorable to my devotional service, I'll accept. If it is not favorable, I'll reject. It includes intelligence. If my intelligence, the intellectual calculations are favorable to devotional service, I'll accept. If such calculations are going against devotional service, that means it is stopping my service. That means something is nonsense. I reject. How do you know whether it is okay or not? Very simple. If it is encouraging you in your services, it could be a thought or intellectual calculation or your endeavor, whatever, good, accept. If it is not, then reject. And then third one is depending on Krishna as the supreme protector. My Lord is continuously making arrangements, background arrangements, to deal with whatever may be my current situation. He is actually more active than we are to resolve our issue. Because somehow we have surrendered to Prabhupada. That is also his mercy. Somehow we have taken shelter of Prabhupada. So Krishna is active. He is completely active to ensure that our services to the spiritual master are not hampered by anything. So we get power, we get the empowerment from Krishna to do our services for spiritual master. Unless we serve the spiritual master, there is no question of going back to Krishna's abode. So that's why one accepts Krishna as the protector, and then Krishna as the maintainer. He maintains me. The Lord is continuously making arrangements for our maintenance. Guru and Krishna are making background arrangements. That's why nobody should think, if the maintenance is going on nicely, nobody should think that I did it, I have collected it, or I have raised it. You have done your duty, you take pleasure in that, but then don't think that you are the sole cause. One should not worry about how the maintenance will come. So, because we know that Guru and Krishna are imperceptibly in the background, they are making various arrangements. At an appropriate time, it will come into our foreground, that just do your duty, over. You get the money or you get the maintenance. But when you do that duty, you should not think, as because of my endeavor alone, my capacity alone, all this has happened. No. Before that, so many background works have been done. Somehow, because it is your duty, Krishna is kind, Prabhupada is kind, they have given you some duty. So within the duty, it appears in the radar. Somebody comes, something comes, and immediately we'll catch on to it, and then we got the result. So one should be very careful to claim full credit for all the success that comes. So that's why Krishna is the maintainer. And then the fifth point is surrender, this Atma Samarpana. We don't have any desire other than the desire of the Supreme Lord. Krishna's desires, how will you come to know? Supreme Lord's desires, how will you come to know? It is possible only by a pure devotee. He knows the mind of the Lord. So he reveals the desires of the Supreme Personality of God. Prabhupada has revealed the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. So he has revealed the desires. And what is the desire of the Supreme Lord? My name should be spread all over. Every town and village it will be spread. So spreading Harinam is the desire. Our movement is not for Shanti, Om Shanti movement. Simply sit and be peaceful. No. There is no peace. Devotees should be working so hard that there is no peace at all. That movement is different. Om Shanti and away from work. That is called Karma Sannyas, which Krishna rejected in Bhagavad Gita. Ours is Karma Yoga, and the pure Karma Yoga, highest Karma Yoga is Bhakti. Working for spiritual master. Without any motivations, working for the spiritual master. This is the highest. So, that is the fifth one. We accept the Guru's desires as our own desires and go on working to fulfill those desires. Prabhupada should be pleased. That's all. Then the sixth one is to remain humble. We should always remain. So these results and all those things should not get into our head. Even a good thought or a good class or a good collection or a good decoration or whatever it could be, it should not get into our head that okay, I am so capable and I am very exclusive person, I am very special. Good yoga also, one should not feel I am very good and I am great, no, whatever. So we should always understand that there is a lot of background arrangements have been done by Guru and Krishna, and then I am able to do what I could do. So with this gratitude, one remains humble. He recognizes the hand of Guru and Krishna, he remains humble. Any questions? Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణ వాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133107700. హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణ వాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్